gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's go. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a wonderful late night with your boy Niner Sickness. I was just running a test a few minutes ago, and I see that quite a few of you are still awake. So I said, you know what? What the heck? Let's talk football. It is 12:40 in the morning on Monday, but who cares? Tomorrow, the veterans report to camp, and we're finally going to see some football on Wednesday. Let's freaking go. Let's go. I'm excited about you guys. We're going to talk football right after this. Let's effing go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on, Jesus? Give me a second real quick. What's up, Jesus? How you doing? We got 408 in the house. What's up? ZZ in the house. We got Luis Moreno in the house. What's up? Let's go. We got Brandon Ferrigno in the house. Cubo Vato Loco. Listen, guys, I know it's late. Brandon says, this guy, go to bed. That's what he's saying, right?
Ha, ha, ha. Very funny.
Ha, ha, ha. Very, very funny. Listen, I'm excited. I can't sleep. The veterans report tomorrow. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have football to talk about. No more speculating. No more talking about this, talking about that. What if this quarterback? What if that quarterback? We are actually going to talk solid football. News is going to start developing this week as the veterans come to camp. Reporters that go to the game, not the game, but to the practices like Grant, like Hammer, Kruger, they're going to be reporting what's happening with the Niners, and we're going to be digesting everything they report. And we're going to talk about it here on the Niners Sickness, what's happening. I don't know about you guys, but I am freaking fired up. Who's fired up with me, man? Who is fired up with me? Let's go. Niners don't have a Pat Mahomes to say, yeah, that's our quarterback for them. We might have two. I don't know. I'm not ready to dismiss Trey Lance or Brock Purdy. I think that one of those quarterbacks has to hit. Either Trey Lance or Brock Purdy has to be the quarterback that leads this team to the promised land and gets that 6th Lombardi trophy. We doing a show this week. Let's do it. Time to put on the pads and let the game begin. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Put on the pads, man. We're going to have things to talk about. We're going to hear defensive line. We're going to hear secondary. We're going to hear tight ends, offensive line, running backs. Is Jordan Mason going to replace Elijah Mitchell? As good as we like Elijah Mitchell, Is Jordan Mason prime to take over that RB2 spot behind Christian McCaffrey? Will the Niners be rolling with the 1-2 punch of CMC and Jordan Mason? Or will this finally be the year that Elijah Mitchell is able to stay healthy throughout the year? Can Elijah Mitchell stay healthy? That is the $1 million question. I might be going. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to try. Some of my friends got some tickets, so I'm going to see how my schedule is. Definitely. Anyone going to camp, I couldn't get any tickets. Yeah, I wasn't able to get tickets either, but I got a couple of friends that got tickets, and they had asked me if I wanted to go, so definitely we'll see what happens. There is no May in Patrick Mahomes. Pat is for sure a quarterback superstar. Oh, no. By all means, he is definitely a top 5 QB in the NFL. But we don't have Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is not part of the San Francisco 49ers. Reality is that we have Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, or Sam Darnold. Many of you get excited about that. Many of you get depressed about that. It depends how you see it. But I think we have a good 3 quarterbacks in there that are fighting to help this team succeed and get that Super Bowl. Will it be Trey Lance? I've been hearing a lot of things about Trey Lance. I've been hearing that Trey Lance looks good. Trey Lance looks more accurate. Trey Lance is throwing the ball better. All these things that we've been hearing about Trey Lance, it is about time we see it in action. What is Trey Lance going to show the faithful? What is he going to show? Is he going to bring his A game? Is he going to impress the coaches? Impress the fan base? Or are we going to see the same Trey Lance of last year? The Pats go on. That scrimmage game against the Raiders is going to be so important. That game against the Raiders, guys, is going to be very important. Keep an eye on that. I know we like to watch preseason games and all that, but they don't do anything in preseason. It is so vanilla. So vanilla. But that scrimmage game against the Raiders is going to tell Kyle Shanahan a lot about Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, or if Brock Purdy is healthy. How many of you think that Brock Purdy will be healthy week 1? How many of you guys think that Brock Purdy, all we've been hearing is that he's ahead of schedule. He's ahead of schedule. There has been no setbacks in his recovery from his injury. He's been throwing the ball, no setbacks. Could he make his way to the starting lineup week 1 when the Niners take on the Pittsburgh Steelers and that stingy defense? Would it be smart for Kyle Shanahan to put in Brock against TJ Watt, against, I forgot the name of the other pass rusher? Would it be smart to put in Brock Purdy? Should the Niners go with Trey Lance? That's going to be determined on how and what Trey Lance does in training camp. If Trey Lance comes into training camp looking good, his footwork looks good, his throwing motion looks good, he's delivering the ball accurately. If he's able to show case that he's improving through the offseason, I think Kyle could afford to hold off on Brock Purdy. That's just my personal opinion. If Trey Lance can prove to Kyle that he's in a situation where he can help the team win, I think Kyle holds back on bringing Brock Purdy. But if Trey comes in and it's the same Trey of last year, hasn't really improved that much, doesn't really impress during training camp and preseason, then will Kyle be pressured to bring Purdy sooner than he wants to? Whatever he does is better. It's better than Brock if he wants to start. Whatever does it, okay. I think what threw me out, whoever does it better, be better than Brock if he wants to start. Got it. Purdy will be 75% healthy. We don't know that. We don't know that, Jesus. We hope he'll be healthy. We want him to be healthy. We don't know that. And I think if he's 75% healthy, then I don't think we should start him. Not against that defense. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love Brock Purdy. What I seen in Brock Purdy last year when he came in for Jimmy Garoppolo against Miami, the way he played against the GOAT in Tampa, the way he played in Seattle under that harsh environment with his ribs hurting, he impressed me. It's hard for me to unseen what I saw in Brock, but I am still holding out hope for Trey Lance. I want Trey Lance to show up and show out. That'll be great for the organization. That'll be great for us, the fan base. It'll be great. Why? Because if Trey Lance is the starter and deserves to be the starter, then we have a very good backup in Brock Purdy. So if Trey Lance is able to demonstrate that he has the it factor, he looks different from last year. He's worked out a lot of his timing, his footwork, and he's able to impress Kyle Shanahan. That would be the best ideal for the San Francisco 49ers, for Trey Lance to start and have a backup of the caliber of Brock Purdy. Initially, you have two starting quarterbacks backing each other up. Kind of reminds me of Joe Montana and Steve Young. Not the quality of play, but having two great quarterbacks, one behind the other. Can't wait. What's up? 187th in the house. What's up, brother? We got TL in the house. How you doing, sir? It's funny. I came on here to do a test. I was testing my 4K compared to my 1080, and I just went onto YouTube for a quick test, and people started to pop up, and I'm like, dang, people are up this late. Let's go. Let's have a freaking chat. Let's talk Niners. I mean, freaking the Veterans Report tomorrow, we start diving in on Wednesday. Football is back. A lot of us content creators will no longer have to give our opinion on who should be the starter. We're going to start to know who that starter is going to be based on what takes place in training camp. It's not about guessing anymore. It's about watching and learning. And I'm excited to see what unveils at the quarterback position. I don't know, man. Either way, it's going to be an interesting season. 100% absolutely correct.
That is the correct answer.
I don't understand why people are so against Trey Lance after a few starts. People nowadays, and I can't speak for everyone, but there's a bunch that are so impatient. They're so impatient. Now, I was impressed by Brock Purdy. There's no denying that I was impressed about what Brock Purdy was able to showcase as a rookie. Forget about being the last drafted quarterback. Forget about being drafted in the 7th round. What Brock Purdy was able to do was remarkable as a rookie. So there's no denying that. But there's no reason for me to turn my back on Trey. There's no reason for me just because I got excited about Brock Purdy, and I am excited. I have not denied it. There's no reason to turn my back on Trey. There's no reason to doubt Trey. Brock Purdy hasn't given, Trey Lance has not given me enough for me to doubt him. He has not shown me enough for me to turn my back on him. Yes, I am very impressed with Brock Purdy. And I love that we have Brock Purdy as a safety net. I love that Brock Purdy is a great safety net. But I want to see Trey walk that high wire. I think Trey can do it. I think Trey's capable. Trey is smart. He is dedicated. And he has something to prove. People are usually impatient. I don't know what Trey's going to be. I don't know what Brock Purdy's going to be. It is too early to call Trey Lance a bust. And it's too damn early to call Brock Purdy the savior. Brock Purdy has shown more than Trey. So there's confidence for at least me to know that if nothing else works, that we have Brock Purdy to rely on. But I still want to see what Trey Lance can do. I even want to see what Sam Darnold can do. Why not? Why not see what these quarterbacks can do? Why give up on a young quarterback like Sam Darnold just because he had a bad starting career? Why give up on Trey Lance because he hasn't played that much in college or in the pros and he got hurt? Trey Lance is like that mystery box. Trey Lance is like that mystery box. You don't know what you're going to get. You know, whenever during Christmas time, people pass presents or birthdays, I forgot what it's called. It's called like if somebody opens up a present and you're the next person, you can decide to get that person's present or go for the mystery box. Right? So everybody wants Brock. Somebody opened up Brock as a birthday present. Everybody's in love with Brock. Everybody wants that present. They're all fighting for it. But you don't know if that mystery box that nobody's touching is greater. People like to see what's intangible. People like to depend on what they see in front of them. They've seen what Brock can do. They haven't seen what Trey can do. So they want that Brock Purdy present, and they don't know if they want to risk the Trey Lance mystery box because they may get a great quarterback or they may get a terrible. But if I would tell you, listen, take the mystery box. If that present doesn't work out for you, you can always get this first present. That is initially what's happening in San Francisco. Brock Purdy isn't going anywhere. Brock Purdy isn't going anywhere, right? He's not going anywhere. Give Trey Lance a chance. Let's see what he has. And if he can sustain himself, keep working with Trey. If he's not able to sustain anything, move on and let's rock with Brock. But we got to give Trey Lance an opportunity to showcase whether he can do what he needs to do with San Francisco. The worst thing, I'm telling you, the worst thing that can happen is if we let go of Trey Lance and he goes to a team, let's say just to pick a team, let's say he goes to the Commanders, new owner, he goes to the Commanders and becomes a very good quarterback. The Niners are going to be the laughing stock of the NFL. And if Trey Lance becomes a freaking top 5, people are going to make fun of the Niners. They had a franchise quarterback and they let him go. So when I hear Niner fans talk about let's trade Trey Lance before the season starts, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to no one, but that is very idiotic. Do you know how stupid that would be to trade someone that you truly don't know what he's capable of doing or of not doing? Why would you risk? It's like playing Russian roulette. Why would you do that? You got to see what Trey Lance has to offer first and either be completely convinced, be without a shadow of a doubt, be convinced that even though we gave up so much for Trey, Trey wasn't the guy that we thought he would be. And then we move on. And then we roll the dice with Brock and see what Brock can do. But at least you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that Trey wasn't the guy. I am not ready to move on from Trey until I know for sure if he isn't the guy. Because I would hate to see and find out that he is, but no longer with us. That would be a shame, in my opinion. See, this is the thing, 187. It's not about forcing Trey. And people that have been talking to me, they know that I love Trey. I wanted Trey to be drafted to the San Francisco 49ers over Fields. Definitely over McCorker, whatever his name is. But when I saw what Brock did, I was very impressed with Brock. So yes, I got a little swayed towards Brock. The meter went towards Brock and a little bit away from Trey because of what I seen Brock do. But I also understand that Trey is the bigger quarterback with the stronger arm. The ceiling is higher with Trey if Trey is capable of doing what Brock has done already. And I love Brock. But I do not want to go to Brock unless I am absolutely sure that he is the only answer that we have at the moment. So you say that people are trying to, they're forcing Trey on us. The Niners want to know if they failed in their investment or if they succeeded. I don't think the Niners are ready to move on. You don't give up 3 number ones and just let that guy go without finding out first what he's capable. So some people may say that he's being forced on the Niners. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I think the smartest thing to do is to allow it to play out and see what Trey can do. Brock isn't going anywhere. It's not like the Niners have to pick a quarterback before week 1 because whoever they pick, the other quarterback is gone. That's not the case. People thought that Jimmy G was special after going 5-0 when he was traded here, and it didn't work out. It's okay to be skeptical on both Purdy and Lance. Absolutely. You know why we're skeptical? Because we haven't seen enough. We haven't seen enough. They're both unproven. We've seen more with Brock than we have with Trey, but we haven't seen enough. And TL makes a good point. Do you want to relive it? Relive that Jimmy G where he plays 5 games and the Niners signed him? And I understand why they signed him. I really do. Some people say the Niners were stupid in signing him after 5 games. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. Jimmy did not work out. It happens. Get over it. But if Jimmy would have worked out, that contract was very cheap at the time of signing compared to the contracts that are out there today. He just didn't work out. That's just my opinion. So I understand why they signed him. And I understand that we haven't seen enough of Brock. But I like to challenge every person individually. I don't like comparisons. So just because Brock, and I'm not saying TL, that's what you're saying, but I'm not, just because Jimmy failed, it doesn't mean that Brock will. Brock might be the real deal, but we don't know that yet. We got to find out. And the same thing goes with Trey Lance. We got to find out what we have in this kid. Remember, Josh Allen, when he came out of Wyoming, also a small school, and went to the Buffalo Bills, New York City, Buffalo. He wasn't playing very well. He wasn't accurate. He was very inaccurate. I remember talking to Bills fans, and Bill fans were ready to cut Josh Allen. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. They were ready to cut Josh Allen because he did not start playing good football from the start. Not everyone can start the way that Patrick Mahomes did his first year at quarterback. Not everybody can start the way Nick Bosa started his first year as defensive end. Some players have to develop into what they're going to be in the NFL. Josh Allen is just as good as Patrick Mahomes. I ain't say better, But the difference is Patrick Mahomes, right out of the gate, took out running. Josh Allen, he kind of stumbled, but once he found his feet underneath him, he started to do good, and now we know how good Josh Allen is. But I remember Buffalo Bill fans, they were ready to dismiss Josh Allen. They wanted him out of there. He's trash. Why did the Bills draft him? Oh my God. The owners are stupid, blah, blah, blah. And now they're eating crow. And those are the same fans. They have jerseys of the guy they wanted out of there. And if Trey Lance becomes successful, the same people that wanted him out of here are going to be sporting number 5 jersey. I'm just saying. Brock Purdy has earned the right to start if he's healthy. But if not, Trey Lance has the right to take his starting job back if he's playing well. It should always be open competition. This is why Kyle Shanahan said, Brock Purdy is the leader of the clubhouse. He never stated he is the starter. People want to assume, or people want to take words out of context and make it their own. Well, didn't you hear Kyle Shanahan say that he's the leader of the clubhouse? That means he's a starter. That is not what Kyle said. Kyle said he is a leader of the clubhouse. Because of what he did, he leads the pack. But it should be open competition for Trey to get that. And it benefits Kyle. It benefits John Lynch. It benefits Jed York. And it definitely benefits us, the faithful, if Trey Lance is the guy of this team. I know people would be disappointed. And I don't understand that. What? Trey Lance is going to be the starter? What? And you have Brock Purdy sitting, and especially, God forbid, Trey Lance is named the starter based on what takes place in training camp, and he struggles against the Steelers. Instead of watching everything that takes place on the All-22 from Trey Lance's perspective, people will jump the gun and want to crucify him. That's why Brock Purdy shouldn't have been on the bench. If Brock Purdy would have started that game, we would have won. I can hear it now. It's happening, sickness. Look at the situation with Arizona. They were quick to get rid of Rosen for Murray. There's no way you can start Lance after what Purdy did for us last year. Okay. And that's a valid point. And I'm not going to dismiss nobody's points tonight. I'm going to honor every person and their thoughts process. But I'm going to kind of react to every comment that is made. Rosen and Murray are two different situations, but I get where you're going. I'm glad. First and foremost, before I address the later part of this comment, I'm glad that Arizona took Kyler Murray. You know why? Because the guy that we're about to sign to a whole big-ass contract tomorrow, today, maybe the day after, wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Arizona taking Kyle. So for that, Arizona, I give you a hand applause. Because you took Kyle, whether he works out or not, we were able to take Nick Bosa. Now, I know what we saw in Brock, Luis. And I'm very impressed I am very impressed of what I seen from Brock Purdy. I'm with you. But I'm not impressed so much that I'm going to close the chapter on what if with Trey. I don't know enough about Trey, of what he's capable of doing or what he's capable of not. I know I have an idea of what we can do with Brock Purdy. I want to be reassured that Trey Lance is either the guy or he's not the guy. And then this way, we move on. We close the chapter with Trey if he isn't the guy. And then we move on with Brock Purdy. And whether he works out or not, we go forward. No looking back. But I want to make sure before we close the chapter on Trey, we read the book first. Remember, you can't judge a book by its cover. You got to read the book from the beginning to the end. Otherwise, you won't get the whole story. I want to see what Trey can do. I want to see if Trey is capable of managing this ship that we call San Francisco. Is Jim Kelly proven? Yeah. Jim Kelly was one hell of a quarterback. Unfortunately, like Dan Marino, wasn't able to win the big one, but he's definitely proven, at least in my book. He's one of the top 5 of all quarterbacks, at least for me. Yeah, 187. Block me on here and another show because I said Trey could be just... See, listen, guys. I can't control any one of you as you can't control me. At the end of the day, we are 49er fans. We love our team passionately. We love our team. We may not always agree with one another. 187, you're not agreeing with TL. TL's not agreeing with 187. But you guys are entitled to your own opinion. TL's not right, and 187, you're not right. But you guys are convicted to your own opinion, and that's great. Because it shows that you're passionate. It shows me that you love the Niners. You're passionate of football. You're passionate of the red and gold. You take this team with pride. But there's no need to go against each other, block each other, and stop being 49er family just because we don't agree. Listen, if me and my wife, every time we disagreed, got divorced, holy cow, I'll be owing her a lot of money. Me and my wife, we don't always agree on everything, but we like to find a common ground. We always find a way to meet each other 50-50. So, I mean, you guys are entitled. I can't stop nobody from blocking no one, but at the end of the day, we're all family. We may not agree with one another, but we don't have to call each other. I'm not saying that that's what you guys are doing. I'm just talking in general. People don't have to call each other idiots just because they don't agree. Because the person that loves Brock Purdy is no different than the person that loves Trey. This is why I can't stand the Cowboys. I really can't. I can't stand Seattle. I talk my shit. But I do understand the love of the game. So do I hate the Cowboys for loving their team the way they do? No. Are they delusional? Hell yes. But I can't hate Cowboy fans for being fans of their team. I can't hate Rams fans for being delusional and loving their team. They have the right to love their team the way I have the right to love mine. I'll talk shit about their team, Oh, you bet your ass I will. But I can't sit there and hate somebody because they don't like the team that I love. Like I said before, I believe Trey can work on the things that Brock does well. But Brock can't work on the things that Trey does well. Well, in the sense of Brock Purdy can get taller. He's not going to get taller. He's not going to be 6'4". I said this before and I'll say it again. Unless Brock Purdy comes out there with stilettos. If he puts on stilettos, maybe he'll get that height. I don't know how good his footwork will be with the stilettos, but he'll be taller. The arm strength doesn't really bother me as much. Do you want to have a quarterback with a strong arm? Absolutely. Do you need to have a quarterback to be successful under Kyle? No. You have way too many playmakers in this scheme to make it work with a quarterback that doesn't have that extra strong arm. Now, there's nothing you can do about the height. But did you know that Trey Lance, for being 6'4", his balls were batted down more than Brock Purdy were? And Brock Purdy played more games than Trey Lance. And Trey Lance had more batted balls than Brock Purdy. Let's see here. August 20, Purdy will be cleared and he will he'll be ahead of schedule, for my retarded reading. It's kind of late. It is late. August 20, Purdy will be cleared and he's head of schedule. Now what? We don't know that. We don't know that 180. Listen, I'm rooting for Brock to be ready to go. I am. We need him. Whether he's the starter or not, we need a healthy Brock Purdy. Because the way Kyle goes to the quarterbacks, nobody's safe. Everybody needs to be well and playing good. Trey Lance went down week 2. Not week 3, not week 4, not week 5. Week 2, Trey went down. If Brock goes down and we get rid of Trey, we're screwed. If Trey plays and Brock is not ready, and God forbid Trey goes down again, we're screwed. So from that perspective, I want Brock to be ready to go. But it's not like August 20 is a magic number that we've seen in if you are absolutely right, 187, I want you to pick my lotto tickets. I want you, and I'm not being sarcastic, and I'm not being an asshole. I'm being honest. I want you to pick my lotto tickets. August 20, there's no certainty that he'll be cleared. I hope he is. I would love that he is, whether he starts or not. I would love to have the peace of mind to know that if we need to call on Brock, whether it's week 1 or week 4, that he'll be ready to go. If Purdy isn't healthy enough, don't rush him and let Trey get a shot, period. Listen, the only way, well, I shouldn't say, let me rephrase this. Brock Purdy, if healthy, he'll be the starter. So there's 2 ways that Brock Purdy won't be the starter week 1. A, he's not healthy. If he's not healthy, he won't be starter week 1. A. B, if Trey Lance really blows the shit out of Kyle Shanahan, truly impresses everybody, has one hell of a camp, dominates in the camp, plays well in the scrimmage game against the Raiders, and does very well in preseason, then I think Kyle, even if Brock's ready to go, he might tell Brock, hey, chillax, brother. Relax. Let's go with Trey. But Trey has to absolutely convince Kyle that he is the starter week 1 if Brock is healthy. Now, if Brock is not healthy, Trey will be starter week 1 by default. But I don't want him to be QB1 by default. I don't want Trey Lance to be a QB1 by default. I want him to earn it. I want Trey to play so damn well, practice so damn well, that even if Brock Purdy is cleared and is ready to go, that Kyle Shanahan may say, you know what? Brock is healthy. He can go. But let's start the game with Trey, because Trey has shown enough that he earned it. I don't want Trey to get it by default. That's just me. I want Trey to earn it. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on Trey, but I want him to earn it. What's up, Crazy Juice? How you doing, sir? Welcome. I want him to earn it. I don't want him to be defaulted the week 1 quarterback. Do you guys agree? Imagine if Brock Purdy was cleared, like my boy 187 says, August 20th. August 20th, Brock is ahead of schedule. He's cleared. He's ready to rock and roll. But wait a minute. Trey Lance has been dominating training camp. He has been dominating the scrimmage against the Raiders. He has been dominating in his opportunities in preseason. Let's hold on Brock and give Trey a chance. That confidence would be great to hear that. Now, if we hear, well, Brock, Trey's okay. He's better than Sam Darnold, but he's not that great. But Brock is not ready. So I guess Trey's the quarterback week 1 by default. I don't know if I'm going to be very encouraged by that. Does that make sense? I want to go in week 1 knowing that my quarterback, whoever it is going to go into Pittsburgh and kick the shit out of that stupid defense they call themselves over there. To become taller. Yeah, that'll be crazy, bro. Hey, we're laughing about this right now. No shit, huh? We're laughing about this right now. 40 years from now, it can be a possibility. ACLs. People come back from ACLs within a year. Adrian Peterson is a perfect example. You wouldn't get that back in the 80s and 90s. I remember Jerry Rice came back earlier than he should have, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's coming back from an ACL injury." Now it's common. So who knows? I doubt it, but who knows? Maybe they will add knees to shorter quarterbacks going a couple years from today. That I have seen crazy. Hey, listen. If I asked you if we can all go back to 1980, okay, all of us, without getting young, stay the same age we are today, not knowing what we know today. Our memory gets wiped of the technology of today, and we go back into 1980. And if I told you that we will be able to face chat with one another, if I told you in 1980 that I will be able to go live on YouTube and we will be talking football, me in my house, you guys in your house, if I would have told you that we can play video games high resolution at a quick speed, as if you were next to me in the same room, but you're cross country, you will call me an idiot. You will call me the devil. right? But we're able to do that today. I know I kind of got away from football, but hey, it's 1:24 in the morning. If I would have told you we can do the shit that we do today in 1980, you will say, hell no. But we're doing it. So those knees could be implants 20, 30, 40 years from now. With technology, how smart these kids are being born, you can never dismiss anything. Eagles need to Beach Heart, he's 6'1". Eagles need to Beach Hurts. Or Heart. I said Hearts. Oh my God, I am tired. I misread, and that was my fault. I don't know what you mean. You mean bench? Because I can't think of his name right now. Drew Brees, 6'1". Calm down, killers. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy is the next Drew Brees. I'm just saying, wasn't he 6'1"? I'll make sure I don't pass these up. A strong arm isn't that important, but it helps. Absolutely. Especially when you're down late in the fourth, when you need a quick strike. But you know what, TL? I think Brock can hit that quick strike. I think people are underestimating Brock Purdy's potential of throwing the deep ball. I think Brock can do it. Now, is he strong enough like Trey? Absolutely not. But I think he throws it deep enough, even if he misses the receiver, to keep opposing defense honest. It's not like he's a dink and dunk. And let's not open up that can of worms all over again. He's not a dink and dunk quarterback. He's thrown deep. That one throw to Brandon Ayuk was way over 20 yards. And if you can throw her over 20 yards, now people want the 70-yarder. I understand where you're coming from. You do want that quick strike. I always said this. Imagine Brock Purdy abilities inside of Trey Lance's body. Pause, Beto. Did I pause? Did I freeze up? I hope not. Did I? Or am I misreading that? Hope I didn't pause. Let's see here. Oops. Going backwards. Even if Purdy looks horrible in preseason, he starts. See, I don't know if I can agree with that. I mean, if Brock Purdy looks terrible and Trey Lance looks terrible, I'll be depressed. I'll be honest with you. I'll be depressed because there ain't no confidence going into the season if both quarterbacks are struggling. Right? If Trey is struggling, Brock is struggling. At that point, I don't even give a shit who starts. I am not confident. I want to see dominance. I want to go into the season with confidence. I want to go into the season on a good note. I want to hear good shit from Kruger, Grant Cohn, Justin Nader, if he goes to the practices, Jack Hammer, David Lombardi, all those guys. I want to hear positive things about the quarterbacks. I don't want to hear, oh, Trey is struggling. Oh, Brock Purdy came back. He's healthy. He's ready to go, but he's struggling too. I don't know about you guys, man, but that's too depressing for me. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that they are doing good. If Trey blows the hell out of Kyle, and I don't mean that type of blow. I'm kidding. It's late. It's late. I think Trey Lance has to win the job in actual game reps, not in training camp or pre. That's the theme, though. If Brock is ready to go, Trey will never get that opportunity unless Brock gets hurt. Now, given the record and the history of Kyle Shanahan and quarterbacks, maybe Trey will have an opportunity sooner rather than later. I hope not. I hope whoever starts remains the starter for the whole damn year. And if Brock is the starter, I'm sorry. I love Trey. I want to see what we have in Trey. But let's roll the Brock and let's Brock be healthy. I don't want injuries. I'm tired of injuries. I'm sick and tired of injuries. What game do you look forward to? Is it the Eagles? I'm always looking forward to. I hate the Cowboys with a passion. I grew up in the 80s. I grew up in the triplets of Emmitt Smith, Trey Aikman, and Michael Irvin. How about them idiots? Oh, I couldn't stand Jimmy Johnson when he said that. Because in the 80s and early 90s, it wasn't about who played in the Super Bowl from the AFC. It was about who played in the NFC Championship game, because back then, that, my friend, was your Super Bowl. The Cowboys and Niners NFC Championship was your Super Bowl. And I hate to say it, I grind my teeth when I say this, but the Cowboys were better than us, or luckier than us, however you want to see it, because they won more than we did. And I hate that. If it wasn't for the Cowboys, the Niners would have had at least 7 Super Bowls right now. But you know who I blame? I'm going to go a little history on you guys. I blame the Minnesota Vikings for the Cowboys beating us in the playoffs. I blame the Minnesota Vikings. Do you guys know why I would blame Minnesota for losing to Dallas? Let me see if anybody can give me that in the comments. Why would I blame Minnesota for Dallas being dominant against us in the 80s? ACL tears used to end careers 30 years ago. Oh, shit. Medical procedures have come a long way in careers. Now the most you miss is probably a year. I remember my aunt, my wife's aunt, actually, I never met her, but in the 70s, she got what did she get? Pneumonia, and she died. Nowadays, I got pneumonia, and the doctor says, you have walking pneumonia. They put an IV on me, and they send me home in a couple hours. Technology has definitely advanced and move forward, for sure. I don't think Lance can even afford to start and go on a 2 to 3 game losing streak. The Birds will definitely be out in full force. It'll be unfair. I hear you. Yeah, I kind of thought he meant bench. But I screwed up with the whole Hearts instead of Hurts. So I kind of like, misery loves company. I wanted to drag him down with me. I'm kidding. You can tell I'm a sore loser. Damn it, I screwed up. So he screwed up too. You said Purdy is small, but Hurts is the same height. I think Brock is a little bit smaller. I think Brock is about 6 foot. Now, it's not that much of an inch. But you look at Hurts' body, Jalen Hurts' body compared to Brock's. And maybe that's why maybe Hurts looks bigger because of the frame that he has compared to Brock. Mr. 49er minded. What's up, brother? Look at me, bro. 1:35 in the morning, and there's 7 of you guys in here. I love it. You guys are the best. Don't be laughing at me, bro. I have feelings, and I don't want to start crying. Okay. Daniel Cantu, what's up, brother? May the best man win. Absolutely. If there's competition and they're both pushing each other, that's a good thing for us. Imagine if they both suck. That would be depressing. I want them to challenge one another in a good way. Niner Minded is in the building. What's up? The party can get started. My boy's in the house. I didn't know he started a new stream. I put it in the comments right before I left. See, you don't read my comments, bro. I put on there, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yes, we need our starting quarterbacks to play an entire. I agree, bro. I am so sick of hearing quarterbacks get hurt that if it's Trey, roll with Trey. If it's Brock, let's go Brock. The only one that I might say, ooh, maybe don't get hurt, but move him out of the way will be Sam Darnold. But definitely, I want the starting quarterback to remain the starter. A, because he's doing good, and B, because he's healthy and not getting hurt. Which rookie are you looking forward to see? Good question. What rookie am I looking forward to seeing? Let's see. I'm going to give you offense and defense, okay? In the offense, I'm looking forward to see what Braden Willis, tight end of Oklahoma, does. I'm very intrigued with this kid from Oklahoma. I love Cameron Latou. Little bit of a head scratcher for me, but played in Notre Dame, great. Red zone, tight end. Big body, big lower frame. But I'm interested to see what Braden Willis does in the camp. Now, defensively, it has to be my boy Jair Brown. Jair Brown, our first pick, our safety. Nothing. I don't want to take nothing away from our vet. And I can't think of his name right now. No disrespect, brother. I'm tired. I'm having fun, but I'm forgetting names. Gibson, Deshaun Gibson. I want Deshaun Gibson to play a good year, but he is on his way out, whether he plays good or not. I want Deshaun Gibson to truly take Jair Brown under his wings. I want Jair Brown to sponge everything that Gibson has to say. And I would love to see 3 safety sets. Especially since we lost Aziz and we have Warner and Greenlaw, and we're trying to figure out who's going to be that third linebacker. I can see us doing a lot of 3 safety sets, going 6 in the secondary. I can see that. But those are great question. Those are my 2 guys. I blame the Vikings for that. Oh, okay. The trade, yes. Let me go back to TL. Yes, the Herschel Walker trade. Absolutely.
That is the correct answer.
The Herschel Walker trade was what started the whole landscaping, of the Cowboys. The stupid Vikings gave up so much. And it's not like today time where we give up maybe 2 number ones. They gave up number ones for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. They gave a bunch of number twos. I mean, that trade, I forgot what it was, but it was like crazy trade. If that trade was done today, specifically by the Niners, you will go shits. And because of that trade, the Dallas Cowboy was able to get Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, the Moose, one of their guards, I forgot his name, Big Boy. So that trade, if it never would have happened, no way the Cowboys would have been in any competition with the Niners. That means the Niners would have been winning Super Bowls. It would have got boring. Oh, another Super Bowl. Oh, another season, another Super Bowl. Yep, another season, another Super Bowl. Now, I wouldn't be complaining, but it would have been like that. But because of the stupid ass piece of crap, Vikings.
You're fired!
Damn it. Vikings had to go and throw a monkey wrench in the whole situation. And we found ourselves struggling with the Cowboys. This is why I hate the Cowboys and I hate the Vikings. I'm sorry. I hate the Vikings. People are like, why do you hate the Vikings? We don't play the Vikings that often. And when we do, I think we have the better record against them. I say 2 words, Herschel Walker. And a lot of the young guys, they're like, who? What? But like Mr. Bash and TL, and those that are a little bit older, remember all too well the Herschel Walker trade. That shit. Oh my God. Though I don't know about looking like. I know what you said here with Hurts, but the one that runs like a running back may not always look like a running back. It's freaking what's his name? The quarterback for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson. Freaking Lamar Jackson definitely looks like a freaking quarterback. I mean, a running back. Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts are both short, but are more thickly built than Purdy, yeah. Now, Brock can put some weight on. We'll see. Like I said, it's too early to tell. Bosa getting his money this week. He might get it today. You might go to bed, wake up to the news on Twitter. Breaking news. Nick Bosa gets $167 million. $87 million guaranteed for 5 years. That puts him above Aaron Donald. We may hear it on Tuesday. But we're going to hear it. For sure. Brown is the Honey Badger 2.0. Ooh. Interesting take right there, TL. That is interesting right there. That would be, my friend, that would be amazing. That comparison is, I love it, man. I love me the Badger. Wow. I like that, TL. Fingers crossed, my friend. Fingers crossed. They got Aikman because of their bad record. Oh, okay. But I know they got a lot of those. I know they got Edman and they got Michael Irvin and Moose because of the draft picks of Minnesota. And Herschel Walker didn't do shit for the Vikings. The Vikings are a joke. I'm sorry. I got a good friend of mine. His name is Dave. Huge Viking fan. But I love my boy Dave. But man, the Vikings just, their history sucks. They made bonehead decisions. This is why I don't want to get rid of Trey prematurely. Because I don't want to be tied. Okay, I don't want to be tied to the Vikings and that franchise that made a stupid move. I don't want to be tied with the Vikings. You remember the Herschel Walker trade? Do you guys remember the Trey Lance trade? Hell no. The Vikings was also the team that their defender, I don't know if you guys remember, but the team they were playing fumbles the ball. Somehow the defender got turned around and he ran the wrong way for a touchdown. That was a Vikings player. I'm talking to you about if Vikings did not have bad luck, they would have had no luck at all. They suck.
Mira, the pinche Vikings they're stupid, eh? They're stupid, eh? They can't do shit. They have two horns coming out of their head and one out up their ass. And then they blow the horn. You know why they blow the horn so well? Well, because the ladies know how to,
We'll leave it at that. I went too far. I'm sorry, Dave. Forgive me, Dave. Yeah, Bash, I've been saying it since he was drafted. I see Honey Badger and Betta, I can never say his first name, Buddha Baker. Ooh, Buddha Baker too. I like, man, those are two great safeties, man. Dang. Now you got me all excited, bro. I'm all wet. Now I got to go change. Walker was an amazing running back, but for some odd reason, he didn't fit in well because Minnesota sucks. They really botched that trade. You think? Do you think? Minnesota was a laughing stock back then. Good night, Niner fam. Nice talking to you all. 100. Yeah, I'm gonna. Man, I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. Ándale pues. Good night, sir. I'll probably be on here for a few more minutes, and I'll call it a night as well. This is me living the retired life. I can wake up anytime, so I stay up. But I know that a lot of you have to go to work. So those that have stayed up so far with me, I appreciate each and every one of you. TL, thank you for coming in, brother. Have a wonderful night and have a blessed day today. And maybe we'll be talking later about Nick Bosa and the huge contract that he might be signing. Will it be today? Will it be tomorrow? I forgot about that stupid horn. Yep. Them and their little horn. And then that what is their mantra? What's their mantra? Skull. They should. I think they got skull from skeletons in the trophy chest. From all the skeletons in the trophy cabinet, no Super Bowl Lombardis. They got the skeletons, so they say skull. Good thing I didn't know it. It sounds dumb. Yeah, that's the Vikings mantra. Skull. And I'm like, well, you know what? Some people may say Bang Bang Niner Gang. I love Bang Bang. But some people that are not Niner fans can definitely make fun of Bang Bang Niner Gang. As a matter of fact, people have. I've heard some crazy shit, man. Bang Bang. Oh, I don't want to repeat it. But it sounds good to us. Bang Bang Niner Gang, just like Skull, I guess sounds good to the Vikings fan. That is hilarious, these Vikings fans, man. Let's see here. Bang Bang Beto Gang. Bang Bang Beto needs to go to sleep before my dentures fall out. Man, there's still 9 of you in here. Strong. And it's I've been on here for an hour and 18 minutes. I started at 12:40. Woo-wee. You guys are rolling deep tonight. What's up, my boy Randy? Daytona, the Night Owl edition. You see how we do it, Holmes? Late night with down with the sickness. Late night show. Down with the sickness. Late night show. I think he's gonna shut it down soon, though. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely an hour and 18 minutes. I only came on here to be honest with you, because I'm dealing with a brand new camera, and I wanted to see the resolution, the 4K, compared to the 1080. So when I went on earlier, I went on for a few minutes, but I just put test on the topic because I honestly thought that nobody was really going to respond. But then when I seen a great response, I decided to go live and talk football. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because all of you who participated tonight, every one of you who joined me tonight, I really enjoyed it, man. Dang, it's 4 a.m. here in Texas. Ándale pues. 4 a.m. Waking up with Niner sickness. How does that Folger coffee goes? How does it go? I can't remember it. Do you guys remember that old Folger? Waking up? Something with Folgers in your cup. I can't remember it. I butchered it. Almost 5 in North. You are North Carolina. Sorry, lost myself for a second. How is the weather in North Carolina right now? 187. It's. Do you guys have the storm or do you guys have the heat? Do I diddy dum diddy do? Oh yeah, there you go, my boy. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's it. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Boom. 187. I thought you were on the West Coast. He said that it is 90 with 90 humidity. Oh my goodness. See, the 90 part I can handle. Not a problem. Matter of fact, 90 is not really hot. It got about 110 earlier today. But the humidity. Heck no. Heck no. I don't feel like being in a sauna while I'm outside. People always say, what do people mean by humility? I'm like, have you ever been in a sauna after a workout at the gym? They're like, yeah, you know how your skin pores open up and you're sweating? I go, that's how you feel in humidity. And they're like, oh shit. I'm like, yep, that's what it is. Yep, it is terrible. Don't like it. We cook inside. Yes, sir. Mexico has it. Texas. Texas. Who was from Texas again? They know what humility is. Humidity. Oh my goodness, terrible. Yeah, Beto. In 916, we've been getting triple digits lately. It sucks. I love the heat though. For being a big guy, I know a lot of big guys don't love the heat. I love the heat. Now, there's a difference between loving the heat and just walking around and doing things. If compared to if I was like a construction worker or if I was working in the fields, then hell no. But if I'm just, getting into my car with the windows down or, watering the grass or whatever, it's not a problem. You start making me work in triple digits? Heck no. Not this Mexican. I'm Americanized. Michigan has humility. That's where I experienced it for the first time. It's horrible. Okay. Never been, well, you know what? I have been to Detroit, but it's been so long. I'm trying to think of what part of Detroit the Pontiac was when I was there for the first Super Bowl against Cincinnati. But I went there in January, late December, January. So the snow was more of a factor than humidity in Detroit when I was there. But that was in 82, 81, 82. My goodness, that was like forever ago. I've been all over Metro Detroit area. I have family out there, been there 3 times. Oh, okay. The Silverdome looks like a ghost stadium now. Is it still up? They never demolished it? Is it still up? That's crazy. I remember that stadium. And I mean, when I went there, it was nice. It's abandoned. So that means it's still up. Oh, wow. That means they haven't built nothing there? Normally, like, you know how like Candlestick, after they moved from Candlestick, it was torn. It was what is it called when they put little, I call it fireworks, but it's not fireworks. And they make it collapse. Oh, shit. I definitely don't want to go. My best friend moved, no, South Carolina or North Carolina, but one of those. Was my dad's best friend, not mine. Maybe they finally demolished it. Yeah, I would think so. Oh, okay. They finally demolished it in the stadium in 2017. Still, that was a long time. Wow. They must have used it for other things and they finally got no use out of it, or maybe it was a hazard for people to be in there and they finally had to call it quits. Well, talking about demolition, I'm going to call it a night, guys. You guys are amazing. There's still 6 of you in here. It is 2 minutes to 2 o'clock. I've been on here for about an hour and a half talking football with you guys. You guys are the best fan base ever. Listen, the vets will be reporting today. They will have their first practice tomorrow on Wednesday, the 26th. No. Today's Monday. They will be reporting tomorrow. Boy, oh boy. I'm telling you, when you don't work, you get confused what day it is. So today's Monday morning. So my apologies. The vets will report tomorrow and will be scheduled for their first practice on Wednesday. The reason why I knew today was Monday because tomorrow is my wife's birthday. She's will be celebrating her birthday. On that note, Bash, I may not be available for Tuesday night show on Bring the Heat. I will put it in the comments, but in case I forget to do so, please inform. Mariah's on vacation, but please inform Ryan that I won't be available on Tuesday because I will be celebrating my wife's birthday tomorrow. I will put it on the chat, but just in case I overlook it, please let them know. I appreciate it. We shoot next week. Yeah. Otherwise, we shoot for next week. Okay. We'll see what happens. I won't be available, but you guys can go ahead and do it. If not, next week for sure. All right, guys. I am your boy, Niner Beto, a.k.a. Niner Sickness with the Niner Sickness Podcast. Thank you for kicking it with the Niner Sickness and hanging out with me late night, talking football. You guys are the best. Have a wonderful night. Be blessed. And we'll see you on the next Niner Sickness Podcast. Peace.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,